A ship leaves port at noon and has a bearing of south 29 degrees west. The ship sails at 20 knots. Part A. How many nautical miles south and how many nautical miles west will the ship have traveled by 6 p.m.? Part B. At 6 p.m. the ship changes course to due west. Find the ship's bearing and distance from port at 7 p.m. First, recall that a bearing measures the acute angle that a path makes with a fixed north-south line, and a knot is 1 nautical mile per hour. Part A. First, make a sketch. A ship leaves port at noon and has a bearing of south 29 degrees west. Because the ship sails at 20 knots, or 20 nautical miles per hour, by 6 p.m. the ship has traveled 20 times 6 or 120 nautical miles. Let A be the number of nautical miles the ship has traveled south from the port at time 6 p.m. Let B be the number of nautical miles the ship has traveled west from the port at time 6 p.m. To find the value of A, write an equation. Cosine of 29 degrees equals A divided by 120. Apply the cross products property to get A equals 120 times cosine of 29 degrees. Use technology to get A approximately equals 104 and 95 nautical miles south. Next, set up an equation to find the value of B. Sine of 29 degrees equals B divided by 120. Apply the cross product property to get B equals 120 times sine of 29 degrees. Use technology. B approximately equals 58 and 18 nautical miles west. Part B. Because the ship sails at 20 knots or 20 nautical miles per hour between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m., the ship has traveled 20 times 1 or 20 nautical miles due west. Let theta be the ship's bearing from port at 7 p.m. To find theta, set up the equation tangent of theta equals the quantity 20 plus b divided by a. Next, substitute 58 and 18 for b and 104 and 95 for a. Simplify to get tangent of theta approximately equals 78 and 18 divided by 104 and 95. To solve for theta, write theta approximately equals arctangent of 78 and 18 divided by 104 and 95. Use technology to get that theta approximately equals 36 and 7/10 degrees. So the ship's bearing from port at 7 p.m. is south 36 and 7/10 degrees west. Let D be the ship's distance from the port at 7 p.m. Use the distance formula to help you find D. Write D approximately equals the square root of the quantity 104 and 95 squared plus 78 and 18 squared. Evaluate to get D approximately equals 130 and 9/10 nautical miles from port.